second week of running the Do We Grow On out here. Lots of fish, lots of crap on the bottom. Need to move this around a bit, the pump's in the wrong place. But look, just clean the old Tempest out. Look at all of that rubbish. Crap everywhere. Disgusting. So I'm going to give that a couple more boils up. Everything else seems to be running well. Got the covers off. I'm getting a bit of mould build up. But not a lot I can do about that other than keep cleaning it down as I clean. Everybody in there seems happy. All the asagi shifting round. But as I say, I need to make sure I have the air on, otherwise I get this build up of crap. Doesn't help that it's collecting around the disc, but at least if the air's on, which it should be, it's pushing it away towards the pump. But I'm guessing I forgot to turn it on. My bad. Alright, so we're back in the fry house. Water wise, we are cooking at a lovely, get out of focus, about 19.5 degrees, 19.7 inside. So I'm just going to acclimatise these. So one of the originals, this one was one of the slow growers from the first batch. He's been a bit poorly, bless him. Yeah, this one's going to be a beaut. I'll just some other bits in here. Deutz Koreshi boy down there. This one's a sweetie as well. Jin Matsuba. Yeah, you've got the chags. Expecting the chags to grow quickly. And that just frees up a bit of space. So in terms of indoors, their turds were just getting slightly too big. So as I say, they'd be better off out here. They've got more room to swim, same temperature. Yeah, they can join the others. What? Kamikaze koi. Right, let's get them acclimatised and get them in there before they do themselves some damage. There they go. Hopefully we'll see a bit quicker growth in here. Filter wise, all going well. Give that a clean day before last, I think it was. So we're all COVID bound in this house at the moment, and bloody hell, this one's a shitter, it really is. So yeah, just trying to keep myself occupied. I'm getting bored very easy. I don't really do sitting around. So this has been brilliant. There is a review coming on this. I'm actually quite impressed. Holds heat. Pond holds heat well, so that helps. But yeah, when I clean this, it was absolutely chock-a-block with crap, so it's obviously doing its job. 2 days, and it's already starting to build up again. That's fine. But yeah, water-wise, it's lovely and clear. What I might do actually, should we have a little swim? Let's have a little swim, and you can have a sneaky peek what's in there. Hang on. Look at me. My head's going to explode. Right, ready? Here you go. Happy swimming. Morning, you fantabulous bunch. Just indoors at the moment. It's a Sunday. I was meant to be cleaning the car, but I can't be arsed. The old COVID's left me feeling a little bit. So we're going to have a fish around in the old aquarium indoors. And we're going to take a couple of the biggies. Kahaku, Deutz, whatever that is. There's one other big one. Oh, this one here. And we're going to stick them in the outside tank, so slowly reducing the the burden or the load on this one. And then that'll probably be it for fry. I don't think I'll bother again unless I have my own. Not me having my own. I don't do that sort of thing with fish. But yeah, whether we have our own spawning in the pond, this will just become sort of the family tank with some tetras, a pleco, and we're holding around 19-20 degrees consistently minimum. So I'm going to have a look up, see what community fish we can keep with the little goldies that are in there. But yeah, give me 2 ticks. I'm going to have the net in there and we'll get them gathered up. Got my bowl and helpful dog. Ted? Yep. Oh, just in the background there. So thanks to Maria Claxton, Mimi Makes. So you'll all remember these. Let's get one out. My mugs have arrived, so I'm going to get some of these out in the post, and some of them will be prizes for the Grow and Show competition. Not prizes for winning anything, more for just the little raffle prizes on the day. But as always, top quality service. Give her a look. Mimi Makes. I'll drop the link below on the screen as we speak. If you look at the link, I'll faff getting this mug back in. Okay, leave the link up a bit longer. This is good for you, Maria. You're getting airtime. For me, I'll do that in a minute. Right, back to the job in hand. You're filming me. Right, so... Hey, Nate, don't be shy. Come on over. Come on. Come on over. So we've got several in here that are quickly outgrowing the tank. So I'm having to feed quite a bit to get them to grow. Tank's at 19.7. Excuse the turd hanging out the back end of this one, that's regular. Because I'm having to feed quite a high protein diet now, some of the smaller ones are missing out or getting some floating poos, so it means they're a bit constipated. So what I'm going to do is the bigger ones, so your 3-inch koi that are in here, it's 5 or 6, I'm going to move them to the outside tank. I'll say, I'll put the temperature up and we're going to fish them out. I'm going to hoover out the bottom of this anyway. Yeah, we'll go from there. Alright, next batch to go in. So we got I'll try and get some better. So a lovely little Chiba. Quite a dark Chiba. We got what I think, I'm not sure if this is going to be a Kitsuri. Let's get him out of the light. He's got a grey bottom, so is that going to turn into a shower eventually, or I don't know. I don't know. Got the usual Asagi to go in. We got a Deutz. I don't know what this will be classed as. It's got black on the head. We initially thought it was going to be a Kahaki. Same with this one. He's got a funny single black dot. But yeah, just going to acclimatise those. Going to acclimate them, and then we'll get them in. But we'll just float them on the water for a bit. Let that heat transfer. So it's about 1 degree difference between indoors and outdoors now, which is quite nice. This thing is worth its weight in gold. Very impressed. Still annoyed that that's not a green light, but haha! Look at them all. I've moved the pump to the other corner, which has made a massive difference to the amount of poop on the bottom. But you see Lilaka Matsuba down there, he came out today. Little Kitsuri there, he came out today. They look so tiny once they're in here, bless them. But they're all very happy. A lot of fish in here, so many filter changes during the week. Make sure the water stays clear, which it is at the moment. It's got a bit of a tinge to it. I am feeding quite a cheap food. I'll chuck some in there, due a feed anyway. But yeah, I've just got some of this. I need to pop to a shop where we've been ill. I literally ordered stuff off of Amazon, so it's whatever's available. I can't remember what that stuff's called now, but the colour doesn't fill me with any confidence. Nice. And if you focus on it, it says neon coloured food. Just see how they grow now. It's definitely a speed up in rate of growth now they're in here with the heat. Those that were in the pond. Obviously the ones that are coming from indoors, they're a similar temperature, but didn't have the room or space to swim around, so yeah, got the old cheaper there. It's going to be nice actually. He or she. The Asagis I'm still chuffed to bits with. They are still growing a treat. I'm coming up with food now. The light's been off in here, so they're all a bit confuzzled, I think. Sort of all on the bottom for bedtime. I spend many minutes, I'd like to say hours, but I don't have that free time, but yeah, just sitting out of here. Right, it's Friday evening. I say evening, it's about 5 o'clock, 5:15. Problemo, the air's off. That's not the problem. The problem is I had some flashing yesterday. I noticed it, and then today I've noticed on a couple of the koi, the brighter white koi if you like, I noticed that we got some redness with some white. So I did a scrape and it's come back with costia, cosmic. Pond's only about 7.5 degrees at the moment. So I've reached for, thankfully I'm around, but I've reached for the PP that I've got in the shed, in the little grow on house thing up there. So we're just currently knocking that up. It's very minimal. Scraped 3, all 3 have got it. This one's the worst. It's been hanging a bit. Clamp fins at the bottom, the Kahaku, Bayania, and then the Goshki, who's, I just missed him flashing actually off the screen, otherwise you could have seen it. But alas, these things are sent to try us. So what I've done is I've taken the filter floss out of there. It's gone in the bin obviously, because I need to make sure that everything's a jack mat at the top, then ceramic. I need to make sure that that gets well and truly coated in PP. Yeah, oh look, sturgeon have got to come out, aren't they, thinking about it? That was lucky. Good grief. Right, I'm about to go and fish my sturgeon out of the pond. Back in a bit. So pretty.
It spreads out, doesn't it?
Yeah. Bloody lucky I filmed the video, otherwise I wouldn't have remembered. So, Beanie, Albino, and Steve. We all remember Steve. So when Steve arrived, he was actually smaller than Beanie. Now look at the size of it. Right, we're just past the hour mark. Let's turn the air back on, but look how pretty it looks. In terms of organic material, there must be quite little. It's holding its pink really well. Sturgeon, I must put the air back on. I keep forgetting to put the air on. Sturgeon are still. Steve! Little Steve, big Steve. It's so pretty. Little Nexus will be pink. Can't really see it. It's all bubbling pink though. Everything seems to be going all right. So far so good. We'll check back in a bit. So I've got about half hour left. Feels lovely and pink, so yeah, half hour, so that's 3.5 hours. And it's held its colour really well. Yeah, they're still wondering what the heck's going on. Quite like it, this colour. These two guys are alright still. Oh yeah, lovely. Right, chip back in half hour and we'll get the hydrogen peroxide in there. Sorry, I forgot to turn the old camera on, so we've just been slowly adding the hydrogen peroxide over the last, we meant to do it an hour, but we did it over about half an hour, I suppose, and you can just see where the hydrogen peroxide's getting to. The colour of the water is changing from pink to clearish brown, I suppose. Monsters. Look at this for a setup. I absolutely love this. Oh yeah, I forgot you had that. Keith, say hi.
Hi. Guess where we are yet?
Beautiful. Scott.
Hi.
And then the host himself.
G'day.
And
Hello.
look.
Who's that?
Look at this stunner. Hello. Hello. She don't like me. Bonjour. Lovely weather today. Sunday. Sunny, but it's very cold, hence that. Today's task. Oh, it's a bit clearer this morning actually, but you tend to get a horrible brown tinge with the PP, so I'm going to give that a clear out. Nice big water change. Everything there looks hunky-dory. Oh, it is really chilly. Really chilly. Sturgeon are in here. I think they're going to appreciate going back in the main pond. So these are just their frequent water changes, just to manage what's going on. But I reckon they'll be, Steve's down there, there he is. They'll be bloody happy to go back in the pond. Oh, sorry guys. There you can see the colour. And then I've got to clean the indoor tank, so I'm going to crack on. I say we're just going to do a standard filter clean. Oh, what colour the media is with the PP. Whether it stayed a pinky colour, it should be brown in theory. Yes. Manky brown colour. Fun enough actually, since doing the PP, it's obviously broken down a lot of organic matter in the water. Because although the pond level is up, so my water level is normally quite high up, that has actually dropped, so there's obviously a lot of shit in there. Pardon my French. But yeah, other than that, everything's looking hunky-dory, isn't it? This time of year. Garden looks very bleak. Look at the grass. So that's where the dogs, they come, and they launch themselves off the steps, and then they always land around here at some point. Plenty of dog mines. I need to pick them up in a minute. You have a couple of dogs, have a day of it, and it's surprising. Foxes have been making the most of up here, which is nice. Bastards. And yeah, as a whole, can't complain for a February morning. Those that know me will know how squeaky clean I like to keep my Nexus. But look at the PP coming out. Look at that, all that fine stuff that the filter has caught. Look at the dye. Fines, look at it. I am not a happy bunny. Yeah, not a happy bunny at all. So we'll get this cleaned. Look, you bastard. I better put that back on actually. We'll have media everywhere, won't we? Don't need that. It's a bit trying to escape there, look. Oh no! Damn. Right, I'll crack on. I'll come back to you when this is squeaky clean. While we're waiting for the old pond to turn over, look at all the crud in here. So these have had a massively, massively heavy feeding lately, and they've had growth food. So it's pretty shitty in here. So I'll say shitty. The water's all right. But the filter. Water. Whoops. What I will say is, if I was to lift this up though, show you in here, it's spotless in there. So the jack matting's not having to catch anything, which is a good sign for this, obviously. But yeah, they all seem pretty happy in here. You see, like, I've got the bubbles on, so it's all a bit jiggery pokery in there. But yeah. Temperature wise, should be 18. Yeah, 18. There we go. Feels nice actually. Cold day like today, it's quite pleasant to put your hands in there. But, we have got to keep an eye on this. My Deutz Achiever, which I'm very proud of, is holding his left fin. I think he's got an injury as opposed to anything else. This has actually had an FMG. When I've got costia in the other pond, this has had an FMG treatment, and it'll get another one in 7 days' time. But yeah, I do want to pop him out today and have a look, so you'll get to see him in the bowl, which will be quite nice. Here he is. Sorry, the light's not very good. I mean, he's using the fin under protest, if you like. Skin wise, he seems to be okay, no sign of any major flaws. Let's have a look. But yeah, that's him. He's so pretty. So pretty, so dark. So fresh and so clean. Don't do what I do. Always make sure you turn your heater off for the pump. I did it again just then. I've got to get out of that habit, or into that habit. Yeah, it's so pretty. Look at that. So nice. I'm just sorry the light's not very good. You can see him properly then. I'll try and lighten the video up a bit when I upload, but we shall see. Right, I'm going to go and check he's alright. Right, that's that tank done. Everything's looking spiffing. Much cleaner. Eat your dinner off that. Just doing the last little top up. Have to be very careful, obviously, now I'm heated. Sizable water changes. I don't want too much of a drop in temperature, so I'm just keeping an eye on that. Obviously 1 or 2 degrees ain't going to kill me, but kill the fish, so to speak. But yeah, that's that all topped up. Everything's back on, everybody's happy. Apart from the one I put some antibacterial spray on the Achiever. It's got a little bit of redness. I'll say that is under an FMG treatment, so a couple of the koi, a few of the koi, actually Scott reminded me yesterday, I wasn't thinking. Some of these went in the fry tank, so there's a good chance that costia went from one to other. So shows the biosecurity you've got to have. And thankfully I'm not a dealer and I can deal with these problems, but yeah, I do feel for the dealers. It's a tough old game. So next step is get that cleaned out. It's absolutely filthy with the PP. Get these finished and then just have a general tidy up. And what is Amida? Round 2.